They begged for mercy, and the monsters of Earth answered. No one expected anything unusual. Then the sky changed. It started as a shadow, a dark spot moving across the sun. People stopped what they were doing and stared. The shadow grew larger, spreading across the sky. It was not a cloud. It did not belong to this world. The air grew tense, and a low hum filled the town. It was deep and heavy, vibrating through the ground. Lily Carter was standing near the creek, helping her younger brother Sam gather firewood. She looked up, squinting at the bright sunlight fading behind the shadow. "Sam, what is that?" she asked, her voice trembling. Sam, only 10, tugged at her sleeve. "I don't know, Lily. It doesn't look normal." Lily tried to calm herself. "Maybe it's a cloud, a really big cloud." But it was not a cloud. It was a massive alien ship, hovering silently above the town. It stretched so far that it blocked the sun completely, casting a shadow that made the ground chill. Its surface was dark and metallic, smooth in a way that seemed impossible, and strange, glowing patterns moved across its hull. People began screaming and running. Cars skidded along the roads. Dogs barked wildly, and birds flew up in frantic swarms. Lily grabbed Sam's hand and ran toward the safety of their small home. News reports came in almost immediately. Every screen across the country showed the same scene: alien ships appearing in the sky, larger than anything humanity had ever seen. Cities across the globe were under the same dark shadow. Captain Ryan Harper was in the command center of the United States Space Defense Force. He had seen many threats in his career: rogue nations, meteor strikes, even advanced AI attacks, but nothing like this. He studied the images streaming from satellites. The ships were huge. They carried weapons of mass destruction, or at least enough to destroy entire cities. "Sir, the aliens are communicating," a young officer said nervously. "We can't understand the language, but the message is clear. They want total surrender." Ryan rubbed his forehead. "Surrender? After all these years of thinking humans were the top of the planet? Not going to happen. We need a plan fast." But Ryan knew it would not be easy. These aliens, called the Clith, were not only technologically advanced, they were strategic, intelligent, and ruthless. If humanity did not act quickly, entire cities would fall within days. Meanwhile, in Willow Creek, Lily and Sam were trying to understand what was happening. Their parents were at the local diner, trapped by the chaos outside. The town was in panic. People were running from their homes, from the fields, from their lives. The humans had no weapons that could fight something so large and powerful. Lily and Sam reached their home and huddled together in the small living room. The television blared news from all over the world. Reports of alien landings came from Europe, Asia, and South America. Entire cities were disappearing under the shadow of these ships. Sam shivered. "Lily, are we going to die?" Lily tried to smile at him, but it felt hollow. "No, we're going to stay together. That's what matters." The hum in the sky grew louder. Then came the first attacks. Small structures in the town began to crumble. The metal beams of the town hall twisted and bent, glass shattered, and the screams of terrified people filled the air. The aliens were testing their power, and the town was their first target. But something unexpected happened. From the forest near Willow Creek, animals began to move. Wolves appeared from the trees, their eyes glowing in the fading sunlight. Bears emerged from the hills. Even creatures from the river, the largest fish anyone had ever seen, swam up toward the shore. They were not attacking humans. Instead, they moved toward the alien ships, circling them as if waiting for a command. Lily watched in disbelief. "Sam, do you see that? The animals, they're not afraid." The hum grew into a roar, and then the first monsters of Earth struck. Wolves leaped at alien drones hovering above the trees. Bears charged at landing vehicles, smashing them with tremendous strength. Giant birds swooped from the sky, tearing at alien surveillance machines with their talons. Even the river creatures attacked, swiping alien machines into the water and crushing them. The Clith were surprised. They had not expected the planet itself to fight back. Humanity was terrified, but the animals showed no fear. It was as if Earth itself had awakened. Ryan Harper watched the feeds from the battlefield, amazed. This changes everything," he said quietly. He realized that humanity might have more allies than they knew. Allies that were not human. Allies that had been waiting for this moment for centuries. In Willow Creek, Lily and Sam ran through the chaos, dodging falling debris and alien fire. They helped their neighbors reach the forest, where the wolves guided them to safety. The bears patrolled the edges, keeping the aliens at bay. It was the first time in hours that Lily felt hope. "Do you think they understand us?" she asked, watching the wolves' careful movements. Sam shook his head. "I don't know, but they know something we don't." The alien ships fired again, but the monsters of Earth intercepted them. Trees were uprooted to block energy blasts. Wolves leaped onto alien drones, tearing them apart. Bears charged through alien barricades, breaking machines like toys. Humans who had been hiding found themselves able to move through the chaos with the monsters protecting them. As night fell, the battle slowed. The aliens retreated to their ships, regrouping. The townspeople of Willow Creek emerged cautiously, amazed at what had just happened. The forest was silent again, except for the occasional growl or rustle, a reminder that the monsters were still watching. Lily helped Sam climb onto the roof of their home to look at the stars. Above, the alien fleet hovered silently, massive and threatening, but Earth's monsters had shown they were not helpless. "Do you think they'll come back?" Sam asked. Lily hugged him tightly. "Yes, probably, but we're not alone anymore. We have friends we didn't even know existed." Far above, in the command ship of the Cliff, the alien leader studied the planet. "These creatures, they fight with the humans. This is not what we expected," it said in a cold, mechanical voice. "Prepare for total war." But the humans did not know the full truth. The monsters of Earth were more than animals. They were the planet's guardians. And now, after centuries of silence, they had awakened. In the forest near Willow Creek, a massive bear lifted its head and let out a roar that echoed across the hills. Wolves joined in, their cries rising into the night. Even the river creatures responded with strange sounds from the depths. The planet was alive, and it had answered humanity's desperate call. Lily watched and felt a strange connection to it all. The monsters were not just fighting the aliens, they were protecting the humans. Somehow, she felt that this was only the beginning. As the night deepened, fires burned in the distance, but no one felt despair. Humans huddled together, sharing food, blankets, and hope. They whispered stories of the monsters they had seen, tales that sounded like myths but were very real. Ryan Harper, back at headquarters, prepared his team for what was coming. The aliens would not give up, but neither would Earth. Humanity would have to fight in ways they had never imagined, alongside allies they never knew existed. Somewhere in the town, Lily and Sam fell asleep, exhausted but safe for now. Outside, the monsters of Earth patrolled silently, waiting for the next attack. The humans had called for help, and the monsters had answered. And that night, for the first time in centuries, the world felt alive with power, danger, and the promise of a future where humans might finally stand as equals against any force that threatened them. The morning after the attack, Willow Creek was quiet, but it felt different. The town was safe for now, but the people knew the aliens had not gone. The Cliff ship still hung in the sky, massive and dark, their outlines cutting the sun like knives. Lily Carter and her brother Sam stepped outside their small home, cautious. The air smelled of smoke and wet earth. Trees were broken, and the fields were scarred from the monsters' fight the night before. Humans had survived, but the town was changed forever. "Do you think they'll come back?" Sam asked, his voice low. Lily looked up at the sky, frowning. "Yes, I think they will, but we're not helpless. We have help now." Sam nodded. He did not fully understand, but he trusted his sister. The wolves had not left the forest. Bears had been spotted at the edges of the fields. Even the river seemed alive, moving in ways it had never moved before. The monsters had protected them, and now humans were beginning to see that Earth itself could fight. Captain Ryan Harper was already at work. From the command center, he had studied the monsters' actions overnight. It was clear that these were not random attacks. Wolves had moved in organized packs, bears had targeted key alien machines, and even the river monsters had acted strategically. Something had changed. Earth had become a battlefield, and humans had powerful allies. Ryan called a meeting with leaders of local militias. "We need to learn from what we saw last night. The aliens are advanced, but so are Earth's creatures. We need to understand them, and we need to work with them, not against them." One of the militia leaders, a man named Jack Thompson, looked skeptical. "You want us to fight with bears and wolves? That's insane." Ryan shook his head. "It's not insane. It's the only way we can survive. These creatures protect this planet, and if we earn their trust, they'll protect us too." Meanwhile, in Willow Creek, Lily and Sam decided to explore. They wanted to see if the monsters were still there, still watching. They moved carefully through the broken streets, keeping low. From the edge of the forest, a pack of wolves appeared. Their eyes glowed softly in the morning light. One wolf, larger than the rest, stepped forward. It stared at Lily and Sam, tilting its head. Lily froze, but Sam did not move. The wolf took a step closer, then another. Its movements were slow and calm, not aggressive. Lily whispered, "It's okay, we're not here to hurt you." The wolf stopped, sniffed the air, and then barked softly. Other wolves appeared behind it, their eyes fixed on the children. The pack circled them not menacingly, but with a watchful presence. Lily realized they were being judged and accepted. From the trees, a large bear emerged. It growled softly, more as a warning than a threat. Lily's heart raced, but she stood her ground. She remembered the night before how the monsters had fought for humans. "You protect us, right?" she said quietly. The bear grunted, then slowly turned and walked toward the edge of the forest. The wolves followed, glancing back at Lily and Sam as if inviting them to follow. The children exchanged a look and stepped into the forest, moving carefully behind the pack. Deep in the forest, they came upon a clearing. The animals had gathered there. Wolves, bears, birds, even strange creatures from the river had come together. It was like a council, a meeting of the planet's guardians. Lily could feel the power in the air. The monsters were not just animals, they were intelligent and they were planning. Lily knelt on the ground, feeling the earth beneath her hands. "I think they understand us," she said to Sam. "They want to fight with us." Sam nodded, awe in his eyes. "It's amazing. I never thought animals could do this." Back at the command center, Ryan was planning the next move. "We can't just wait for the aliens to attack again. We need to strike first, but carefully. We need to coordinate with Earth's monsters." A young officer raised a hand. "Sir, how do we coordinate with bears and wolves?" Ryan smiled faintly. "We watch, we learn, and we trust them. Humans have survived for thousands of years, but maybe this time we need to survive with Earth's help, not just our weapons." Meanwhile, the aliens were regrouping. The Clith commander, a tall, thin creature with multiple limbs, observed the battlefield from its ship. "The humans are not the only problem. The planet itself fights against us. Prepare for increased aggression. Destroy every creature that resists." But the aliens did not realize how strong the monsters could be when they worked together. Even their advanced weapons had limits. Wolves could move through the forests undetected, bears could destroy machinery too large for humans to touch, and the river monsters could strike from below where the aliens could not see. Lily and Sam watched as the monsters practiced maneuvers. Wolves ran in patterns, training the younger wolves. Bears pushed over trees and rocks, learning to block paths. Birds flew overhead, their cries warning of danger. The planet itself was alive with energy, and humans were beginning to understand their place in it. That evening, Ryan gathered a small team. "We're going out there," he said. "We're going to learn how the monsters fight, and we're going to find a way to strike back at the aliens. This is the first step in showing the Clith that humans are not weak." Jack Thompson shook his head. "Are you crazy? We don't have weapons that can hurt them." Ryan put a hand on his shoulder. "Maybe not, but together with Earth, we do." The team left the command center under the cover of darkness. They moved carefully, following the patterns they had studied from the satellites. Wolves guided them through the forest. Bears guarded the edges of their path. Even birds acted as scouts, alerting them to any alien patrols. It was dangerous. The Clith had sent scouts to monitor human activity. Energy blasts struck the forest near them, and debris rained down from above. But the humans learned to move with the monsters, using their instincts and guidance. In one clearing, a group of humans saw a giant river creature leap from the water, snatching an alien drone and smashing it on the shore. "Look at that," one soldier shouted. "It's like it knows exactly what to do," Ryan nodded. "It does. These creatures are Earth's guardians. And now they're ours too." As the night wore on, humans and monsters continued to train together. Wolves learned to watch for alien traps. Bears learned to block alien vehicles. Birds learned to attack drones from above. Even humans learned to trust their instincts, to move as one with the monsters. By morning, they had gained confidence. The team returned to Willow Creek, battered but alive. They brought back news of the monsters, intelligence, and cooperation. For the first time, humans felt hope, not just for survival, but for victory. Lily and Sam were watching from the edge of town when the alien ships began to move again. The Clith were preparing to attack, but this time humans were ready, and the monsters were ready too. Lily took Sam's hand. "They're coming back," she said quietly, But this time we won't be afraid. We have more help than they know. Sam nodded, gripping her hand tightly. We can do it together. From the forest, a massive bear lifted its head and roared. Wolves answered with howls, and the river monsters made strange sounds from below. The planet was alive, and it was ready for the next battle. Captain Ryan Harper looked at the incoming alien fleet on the screens. This is it, he said. The real fight begins now. But this time, humanity will not be alone. And for the first time, the humans of Willow Creek, guided by the monsters of Earth, felt a sense of power. They were no longer helpless. They were part of something bigger, a living planet that had awakened to protect them. The aliens would soon learn that Earth itself would fight for its children, and that humans, when united with the monsters, could survive anything. The monsters of Earth had risen. And humanity was ready to rise with them. The morning sun rose over Willow Creek, but the town no longer felt peaceful. The humans had survived the first attack, but they knew the aliens would not stop. The Clith fleet hung in the sky like dark giants, moving slowly as if preparing for something larger. Captain Ryan Harper studied the satellite feeds with his team. The aliens are organizing, he said. They're preparing for a full assault on Earth. If we don't act, many cities will fall. His team exchanged worried glances. They had no weapons strong enough to fight the Clith directly, but they had something the aliens had not counted on, the monsters of Earth. Lily and Sam were outside, helping their neighbors clear debris from the previous night's battle. Wolves patrolled the edges of the town, their eyes scanning for danger. Bears moved through the fields, occasionally smashing alien drones that had landed. Birds flew overhead, circling and screeching warnings at anything that moved. Lily looked at the monsters and felt a strange pride. They were fierce, but they were also intelligent. They had a purpose, and it was clear that purpose included protecting humans. Lily, Sam. Get over here, called a man from the town militia. The aliens are landing again. From the distance, dark shapes descended from the sky. Smaller ships separated from the main Clith fleet, landing in fields and forests around the town. Alien soldiers, armed with strange weapons, began to move toward human settlements. The monsters reacted immediately. Wolves ran in packs, cutting off alien patrols. Bears charged at the landing sites, smashing vehicles and machinery. Birds attacked the drones in the air, tearing them apart with sharp talons. Even the river monsters leapt from the water, striking alien machines and dragging them back into the depths. Lily and Sam joined the group of militia fighters. They had no real weapons that could harm the aliens, but they had knowledge of the terrain and the guidance of the monsters. Together, they formed a small unit to fight back. Captain Ryan Harper was coordinating attacks from the command center. Humans, move with the monsters. Use the terrain to your advantage. The aliens expect us to fight alone, but they will not expect this. The humans ran through the forest with the wolves guiding them. Wolves led them along hidden paths, avoiding alien patrols. Bears stood by bridges and roads, ready to block alien advances. Birds swooped above, signaling any approaching danger. In one clearing, a squad of alien soldiers was preparing to fire on humans. A bear charged from the side, knocking one of the soldiers into the dirt. Wolves jumped onto alien machinery, tearing it apart. Human fighters followed, using simple weapons and traps to disable the rest. Lily stayed close to Sam, guiding him through the chaos. She felt a strange connection to the monsters, sensing their movements and understanding their intentions. It was as if Earth itself was communicating with her. "Keep moving," she shouted as they ran past a group of attacking aliens. A bird swooped down, hitting one of the alien drones and causing it to crash. Sam's eyes widened. "They're amazing," he whispered. The battle spread across the town. The Clith soldiers were strong and well-armed, but they had not expected Earth itself to fight back. Wolves ambushed them from the forests. Bears destroyed vehicles and barriers. Birds and river monsters attacked from above and below. Humans took advantage of the chaos, striking at alien weaknesses and retreating when necessary. Captain Ryan watched the feeds closely. "This is incredible," he said to his team. "Humans are working with Earth, not against it. Look at how the monsters move. They anticipate the aliens' actions. This is the turning point." In the center of the town, Lily and Sam came across a group of injured humans trapped near a burning building. Wolves circled the aliens, attacking them, keeping them at bay. Bears pushed debris aside, creating a path to safety. Lily helped the humans move to a safer area while Sam watched the monsters with awe. "They're protecting us," he said quietly. "Yes," Lily replied, "and they're teaching us how to survive. We have to trust them." As the fight continued, the Clith realized they were in trouble. Their soldiers were being overwhelmed by creatures they could not understand, fighting alongside humans they had considered weak. The aliens fired their weapons, but the monsters adapted. Wolves dodged and attacked from unexpected angles. Bears shielded humans and destroyed machines. Birds tore apart drones before they could strike. River monsters dragged alien equipment into the water where it could do no harm. The humans learned quickly. They set traps for alien soldiers, using fallen trees, rocks, and debris. They followed the wolves' lead, moving silently and striking strategically. They hid behind bears, using their size as protection. They listened to the birds, watching the skies for threats. For the first time, humans felt like equals in the fight. Lily spotted a group of aliens trying to regroup near the town square. She pointed to Sam. "We can stop them. Follow me." They ran, guided by a pack of wolves. Wolves darted ahead, distracting the aliens. Bears charged from the sides, creating openings for humans to strike. Lily and Sam led the group, using their knowledge of the town to set traps. Alien soldiers fell one by one, confused and unprepared for coordinated attacks from humans and monsters. Captain Ryan monitored the situation. "The humans are doing well," he said. "But we need to keep pushing. The aliens will not give up easily." He turned to his team. "Prepare the next wave, use everything we have, but most importantly, stay with the monsters. They are our greatest weapon." The battle raged through the day. Alien ships fired from the sky, but the monsters adapted. Wolves and bears moved through forests and fields, keeping humans safe. Birds and river creatures struck with precision. Humans learned to fight alongside them, gaining confidence and skill with each encounter. In one particularly intense fight, a group of aliens tried to take a school building where civilians were hiding. Wolves ran ahead, leading the humans to a hidden path. Bears blocked the aliens from entering. Birds swooped down, destroying drones that tried to attack. Lily and Sam helped guide civilians to safety. By the time the aliens realized the humans were gone, the building was empty and their plans had failed. As evening approached, the humans and monsters had won a significant victory. The Clith were forced to retreat to their ships, regrouping for another attack. Humans cheered, but they did not celebrate too loudly. They knew the aliens would return, stronger and more determined. Captain Ryan addressed his team through the communication system. "Today we proved something important. Humans are not weak, we can fight. And when we fight with Earth, we are stronger than anything the Clith can throw at us. Rest tonight, but be ready. The real challenge is still ahead." Lily and Sam returned to their home, exhausted but proud. Wolves patrolled the edges of town and bears moved through the fields, keeping watch. Birds circled overhead and the river monsters were visible in the water, ready to strike if needed. Lily looked at Sam. "We did it." "We really did it," Sam smiled, tired but happy. "The monsters, they saved us, and we saved some humans too." "Yes," Lily said softly. "Together we're stronger than they expected. Together we can survive." That night, as the town rested, humans began to understand a new truth. They were not alone. Earth had its guardians, creatures that had waited centuries to awaken, and humans were part of the planet's defense now. Captain Ryan watched the alien ships retreating into space. He knew the fight was far from over. The Clith would return and their attacks would be more dangerous. But humanity had learned something the aliens had not considered. They were not alone, and the planet itself would fight with them. In the forest, a massive bear lifted its head and roared. Wolves answered with howls. Birds called from above. The river monsters churned the water, creating waves that reflected the moonlight. The monsters were not just protecting humans. They were teaching them, guiding them, showing them how to survive and fight. Lily lay awake that night, thinking about everything she had seen. She realized that humans had a chance, not just to survive, but to rise. With Earth's monsters beside them, they could challenge the Clith, even defeat them. Sam slept beside her, dreaming of wolves, bears, and flying birds. He felt safe, even as the alien threat loomed. He did not fully understand what was happening, but he knew one thing clearly: Earth's monsters would not let them die. The night was quiet, but it was filled with power. Humans had fought their first real battle alongside the monsters. They had learned how to move with them, how to fight with them, and how to trust them. And for the first time, they felt hope that humanity could survive against the greatest threat it had ever faced. Captain Ryan Harper looked at the screens one last time before resting. He knew that tomorrow would bring new battles, harder and more dangerous than today. But he also knew that humanity had found a strength it had never known, a strength that came not from weapons or technology, but from unity with the planet itself. The monsters of Earth had risen, and humanity was learning to rise with them. The Clith may have believed that humans were weak, but they were wrong. Humans were not alone, and together humans and monsters would fight back. The next morning, Willow Creek felt alive in a way it had never been before. The town had survived 2 attacks, and the people were no longer paralyzed by fear. They were cautious, yes, but they were learning to fight. And now they were no longer alone. Captain Ryan Harper called a meeting in the town's community hall. Wolves circled outside, watching the skies, and bears rested near the edges of the room, keeping the humans safe. Birds perched on the roof, scanning the area. The monsters of Earth were there, quiet but present, their power filling the room. "Today we plan a strike," Ryan said. His voice was calm but firm. "The Clith think they can control this planet, but they are wrong. We have survived their attacks, and we have allies they cannot understand. It's time to take the fight to them." Lily sat beside her brother Sam. Her heart pounded. She had seen the monsters fight, and she had learned to move with them. But the idea of going against the alien fleet was still frightening. "We will not attack blindly," Ryan continued. "We know the terrain, we know the monsters, and we know the weaknesses of the aliens. This is a coordinated strike. Humans and monsters will work together. We will hit their landing sites, their patrols, and their command posts. We will make them fear Earth itself." Jack Thompson, the militia leader, frowned. "And how do you plan to do that?" "We have nothing that can fight their ships, nothing that can stop their weapons." Ryan smiled faintly. "We don't need to fight their ships yet. We fight where they are weakest, on the ground. Their soldiers are strong, but they are not prepared for the monsters. And humans will fight with them. We will use our knowledge, our traps, and the monsters' abilities to strike hard and fast." Lily squeezed Sam's hand. "We can do this," she whispered. "We just have to trust them." The plan was simple but dangerous. Wolves would scout ahead, tracking alien movements and finding weak points. Bears would act as shields and heavy attackers, smashing alien vehicles and clearing paths for humans. Birds would scout from the sky, warning of danger and attacking drones. River monsters would strike from below, disrupting enemy supply lines and pulling alien machinery into the water. Humans would move with them, setting traps and taking advantage of openings. As the sun climbed higher, the strike team moved out. Lily and Sam followed, guided by wolves through the forest. Bears patrolled the edges, watching for any signs of the aliens. Birds flew above, circling and calling warnings. The river monsters stirred in the nearby stream, ready to act. The first target was an alien supply depot. It was heavily guarded, but the monsters made the humans' task possible. Wolves darted through the trees, distracting alien patrols. Bears charged at vehicles, smashing them into pieces. Birds attacked drones that flew overhead, and river monsters overturned boats and machines near the water. Humans moved carefully, following the monsters' lead. Lily and Sam helped place simple traps, pits hidden by branches, ropes tied to fallen trees and tripwires. The aliens were confused. They had expected easy control, but now they faced creatures and humans working together. When the battle began, it was chaotic and loud. Wolves leaped onto alien soldiers, biting and clawing, while bears charged at armored vehicles, crushing them with their strength. Humans struck from behind trees, hitting alien weak points. Birds swooped down, pecking and tearing at drones. River monsters created waves that knocked soldiers off balance and destroyed equipment. Lily ran alongside Sam, guiding a group of civilians through the chaos. She could feel the wolves' presence around her, sensing their movements before they happened. Bears cleared paths ahead and birds circled above, signaling where danger lay. The humans were learning to move with the monsters, fighting not just for survival, but for victory. Captain Ryan monitored the attack from a nearby hill. "This is going better than I expected," he said. "Humans are keeping pace with the monsters. Look at how coordinated they are. We can win this." In the middle of the battle, a massive alien machine appeared, larger than any they had seen before. It fired energy blasts that destroyed trees and sent debris flying. Humans and monsters scattered, but they did not run. Wolves regrouped and darted around the machine, confusing its targeting system. Bears charged from multiple directions, smashing its legs and weakening it. Birds attacked from above, distracting the sensors. Lily and Sam watched in awe as humans and monsters worked together to destroy it. Finally, a bear pushed a fallen tree into the machine's control panel. Sparks flew, and the machine collapsed, smoke rising into the sky. The humans cheered, and the monsters roared in triumph. But the Clith were not finished. From the sky, more ships descended, dropping soldiers and machinery. The battle escalated, but the humans had learned quickly. They used the terrain to their advantage, hiding in forests, rivers, and hills. Wolves led ambushes, bears blocked roads, and birds attacked from the skies. River monsters struck from below, pulling alien machines into the water where they could do no harm. Lily and Sam moved with the monsters, placing traps and guiding humans. Each attack made them stronger, more confident. They realized that fear was no longer their enemy, the aliens were. Captain Ryan sent in reinforcements from nearby towns. Other humans had learned of the monsters' abilities and joined the fight. They coordinated attacks with the wolves, bears, birds, and river monsters, striking alien patrols and supply lines. The aliens were taken by surprise. They had expected humans to fight alone, weak and scared. Instead, humans and monsters were united, fighting as one. By evening, the strike team had achieved a significant victory. Several alien supply depots were destroyed, patrols were scattered, and the aliens were forced to retreat to their ships. Humans cheered, but they did not celebrate too loudly. They knew the Clith would return, stronger and more prepared. Captain Ryan addressed the team. Today, we proved something important. Humans can fight, and when we fight with Earth, we are stronger than the aliens expected. But this is only the beginning. We need to prepare for their next move, and we need to strike even harder next time. Lily and Sam returned to Willow Creek, exhausted but proud. Wolves circled the town, bears patrolled the fields, and birds flew overhead. River monsters moved in the nearby stream, ready to act. The humans had learned something important. They could survive, but only if they fought with the monsters. Lily looked at Sam. "We did it, we really did it," Sam smiled. "The monsters, they saved so many humans, and we helped too." "Yes," Lily said. "Together we can face anything, even the aliens." That night, as the town rested, humans began to plan. They were no longer just defending, they were preparing for the next strike. They knew the aliens would come back, and they would be ready. Captain Ryan studied the alien ships in the sky. He knew the Clith were not invincible. The humans had learned to move with the monsters, to fight as one. The aliens had underestimated Earth's strength and intelligence. In the forest, a massive bear lifted its head and roared. Wolves answered with howls. Birds called from the trees, and river monsters churned the water. The monsters were not just protecting humans, they were guiding them, teaching them how to fight and survive. Lily lay awake that night, thinking about the battles. She realized humans were stronger than they had ever known. They were learning from the monsters, growing braver and smarter with each fight. Sam slept beside her, dreaming of wolves, bears, and flying birds. He felt safe, even as the alien threat loomed. He did not fully understand what was happening, but he knew one thing clearly: Earth's monsters would not let them die. The night was quiet, but it was alive with energy. Humans had learned how to fight alongside the monsters. They had learned to trust, to move, and to strike. And for the first time, they felt hope, not just for survival, but for victory. Captain Ryan looked at the screens one last time before resting. He knew that the next battle would be harder, more dangerous. But humanity had found a strength it had never known. A strength that came not from weapons or technology, but from unity with the planet itself. The monsters of Earth had risen, and humanity was learning to rise with them. The Clith may have believed humans were weak. But they were wrong. Humans were not alone, and together humans and monsters would strike back harder than ever. The sky over Willow Creek was dark with alien ships, larger and more menacing than ever before. The Clith had returned, not just with soldiers, but with massive machines and new weapons designed to crush Earth's defenders. Humans felt the fear of the unknown, but now they were ready. They had allies the aliens could not understand, the monsters of Earth. Captain Ryan Harper stood on a hill overlooking the town. Wolves circled the edges of the forest, growling softly, and bears rested near the fields. Birds flew overhead, their sharp cries warning of incoming danger. River monsters stirred in the streams and lakes, their massive bodies moving just below the surface. Ryan felt the power of Earth itself standing with humanity. "We face their main command today," Ryan said to his team. "This is our chance to strike at the heart of the cliff. Humans and monsters together, we cannot fail." Lily and Sam stood beside him. Lily's hands shook slightly, but her eyes were fierce. She had fought alongside the wolves, guided the civilians, and survived attacks she never thought possible. Now she felt a strange confidence. Sam clutched her hand tightly, trusting her completely. The humans moved toward the forest edge. Wolves led them, darting silently through the trees. Bears followed, their massive paws crushing anything in their path. Birds circled above, scouting the alien movements. River monsters churned the water, creating waves that blocked alien machines from moving easily. As they approached the alien command site, they could see the cliff leader standing among a group of soldiers. Its multiple limbs moved quickly, issuing orders, and strange energy weapons glowed along its body. Humans had never faced anything like it, but they were no longer afraid. Ryan gave the signal. Wolves ran forward first, attacking alien patrols and clearing paths for humans. Bears charged from the sides, smashing alien vehicles and machinery. Birds attacked drones in the air, diving and tearing with incredible precision. River monsters surged from lakes and rivers, dragging alien machines into the water where they could do no harm. Lily and Sam moved with the humans, placing traps and helping guide civilians. They followed the lead of the monsters, learning their patterns and using them to strike effectively. The cliff soldiers fired energy weapons, but the monsters adapted. Wolves dodged and attacked from unexpected angles. Bears blocked paths and struck with raw strength. Birds attacked drones, and river monsters pulled machines from the water. Humans followed, striking at alien weak points and setting traps. The battle was loud and chaotic. The ground shook as bears charged. Wolves howled, coordinating their attacks. Birds screamed from above, and the river monsters created waves and currents that destroyed alien supply lines. Humans ran, fought, and survived with the guidance of the monsters. Lily spotted the cliff leader issuing new commands. She whispered to Sam, "We have to stop it. If we take out the leader, the aliens will panic." Ryan noticed it too. "Target the command center," he shouted. "Humans move with the monsters. This is our chance." The humans advanced, following the wolves through hidden paths. Bears pushed aside alien vehicles and blocked soldiers. Birds attacked drones from above, and river monsters struck machines near the water. Lily and Sam ran together, setting traps along the paths. They knew the monsters had strength, but humans had intelligence and strategy. Together, they created chaos for the aliens. The cliff leader noticed the humans moving toward it and fired its weapons. Energy beams struck the ground, throwing humans and monsters off balance. Wolves dodged, running in circles to confuse the aliens. Bears charged through the weapons, breaking them with brute strength. Birds attacked from above, distracting sensors, while river monsters surged, creating massive waves that knocked alien machines over. Ryan and his team reached the edge of the command site. Humans set their final traps, pits, ropes, and rocks ready to collapse on the aliens. Wolves ran ahead, causing confusion. Bears pushed and smashed anything in their path. Birds swooped down, pecking and striking at sensors. River monsters dragged more machines into the water. Lily saw the cliff leader isolated. She pointed at it. "Now, strike now!" Humans and monsters moved as one. Wolves leaped on the cliff soldiers guarding the leader. Bears charged at alien machines, crushing them. Birds attacked drones above, and river monsters created waves that toppled structures. The humans set their traps, causing explosions and collapsing parts of the alien command site. The cliff leader tried to fight back, but it was overwhelmed. Wolves bit and clawed, bears smashed with strength unmatched, birds attacked from above, and river monsters struck from below. Humans pressed forward, striking weak points and confusing the aliens further. Lily ran with Sam at her side. She placed ropes and triggered traps, pulling down alien barricades. The cliff leader staggered, its energy weapons failing under the coordinated assault. Captain Ryan gave the final order. "Humans and monsters strike together now." The combined force of humans and monsters surged forward. Wolves ran in coordinated packs, attacking limbs and weapons. Bears smashed machines and vehicles. Birds attacked drones and sensors. River monsters dragged alien machinery into the water. Humans struck at weaknesses, guided by the monsters. The Clith leader roared in anger and fear. It fired its weapons wildly, but it was too late. Wolves circled it, biting and clawing. Bears crushed its armor. Birds tore its sensors, and river monsters struck from below. Humans attacked, finally reaching the alien command center. With one final push, the Clith leader fell. Its body collapsed, and its soldiers panicked. Without their leader, the aliens had no coordination. Humans and monsters pressed their advantage, forcing the remaining Clith to retreat to their ships. The sky was filled with retreating alien ships. Humans cheered, but they did not celebrate too loudly. They knew the battle was over, but the war had shown them something greater. They were not weak, and Earth itself would fight with them. Lily and Sam stood among the humans and monsters, watching the aliens flee. Wolves circled the town, growling softly. Bears rested at the edges, watching for any signs of returning enemies. Birds flew overhead, calling and scouting. River monsters swirled in the water, ready to act if needed. Captain Ryan addressed the humans. Today, we did what no one thought possible. Humans fought alongside the monsters of Earth, and we defeated the Clith. We showed them that this planet does not belong to anyone but its people, and that humans are stronger than they imagined. Lily smiled at Sam. We did it. We really did it. Sam nodded. The monsters, they helped so much, and we helped too. Yes, Lily said. Together, humans and monsters are unstoppable. This is our planet, and we will protect it. In the following days, humans and monsters began to repair the towns and cities damaged by the alien attacks. Wolves patrolled the forests, bears watched the fields, birds scouted the skies, and river monsters cleaned the waterways. Humans learned to work alongside them, rebuilding stronger than before. Captain Ryan coordinated with other towns and cities. The humans had learned a new way of fighting. They no longer relied solely on weapons. They relied on intelligence, strategy, and unity with the monsters of Earth. Lily and Sam helped lead survivors, teaching them how to move with the monsters, how to set traps, and how to protect each other. Humans had learned to trust the planet, and the planet had shown them its strength. The Clith had retreated for now, but humanity was ready. They had learned to fight not just with technology, but with courage, strategy, and the power of Earth itself. One evening, Lily and Sam stood on a hill watching the sunset. Wolves ran through the forest, bears moved through the fields, birds flew overhead, and river monsters churned the water. Earth had awakened, and humanity was part of its defense. Sam turned to Lily. Do you think the aliens will come back? Lily smiled. Maybe. But we are ready now. We are stronger than they think, and Earth is with us. Captain Ryan looked out over the land, feeling a deep sense of pride. Humans had survived what no one thought they could. They had fought alongside monsters, learned their ways, and proven that strength did not only come from weapons or machines. It came from courage, intelligence, and unity. The night was calm, but alive with energy. Wolves howled, bears roared softly, birds called from the trees, and river monsters moved in the water. Humanity had found allies it had never known, and together they had reclaimed their world. The monsters of Earth had risen. Humans had learned to fight with them. And together they had proven that no alien could conquer this planet. For the first time in centuries, the Earth was truly alive, and humanity was no longer alone. Humans had found their strength. Earth had found its defenders. And the Clith would never forget the day the monsters of Earth answered humanity's call.